I was just having a conversation with my family last night, my two kids and my wife talking, going out, and we were talking about a situation that they had happened in their childhood at one of the schools they were going to, and they said how a young lady made a statement and it triggered a past experience in a teacher, and he was moved to tears. Why? Because emotions don't age. Experience something in your life that happened in the past. Let someone trigger that event. Emotionally, you're right back at the same place. Thinking about this now, I want to say I was like 32, 33 years old. My wife and I had driven to California. We were in California. We drove to another part of California my cousin was at. And my uncle on my dad's side. Now, I grew up in a relationship with my dad. Growing up, he was not there. He was there but wasn't there. So I dealt with a sense of abandonment and neglect big time. Like big time. And I need to write about that process. But it wasn't good as a kid. 5, 6-year-old kid, my dad would say, I'm coming by and never show up. So he would always lie and say, hey, I'll be there, and didn't come up. And so I didn't have an emotional relationship with him, didn't have a relationship with him that I wanted. And I longed for that relationship, to feel accepted and be wanted by my dad. Every man needs a dad. Real talk. 30-something years old, I go to my cousin's house. My uncle's there. My cousin, my uncle, we all grown. We hanging out, and we spent hours over there. My wife and I, we got in the car, and I didn't know where this came from, but I cried like a baby as soon as I got in that car. Man, I cried so hard. Because I missed that thing I saw. I saw my dad, I saw my uncle and my cousin communicating. I saw them laugh and I saw them talking, and these are grown men. Right? My cousin's a grown man, has his own apartment. His dad flew in from Florida just to spend Thanksgiving with him. And oh my God, I saw that relationship that I never had. And I suppressed neglect, suppress abandonment, neglect, suppress all of that. To my surprise, I didn't know where it came from. As soon as I sat down in the car, I was full of emotion. I cried like a baby because I was still that 5-year-old kid waiting for his dad to come pick him up, curled up by the door. Cried myself to sleep every single time, waiting for him, who said, I'm going to be by to pick you up for the weekend. And he would pick me up from my grandmother's house. And I would stay there waiting on him. And I would cry myself to sleep. And I remember this. People, if you were to come to my grandmother's door while I was waiting on my dad, you would have to push me out the way because I was curled up by the door. So I wouldn't miss him. Didn't want to be upstairs sleeping. So when he opened that door, I was right there. And I was 30-something years old, feeling that pain and feeling that pressure of abandonment and neglect. It doesn't leave you, my brother. My sister, don't leave you. And it's real, and that's nothing you don't want to suppress, but we suppress it because as you don't want to go through pain after pain after pain every day. So your emotions rationalize the situation. We learn to suppress it to get through the day, to get through the week, to get through the month, to get through the year. But you still feel the pain of neglect. And I want you to know that's still there, and it doesn't age, and it doesn't leave, and it doesn't dissipate. And to you dads out there, listen to me, brother. Listen. I don't care how much hell that girl or that woman is putting you through to see your kid. Don't ever give them experience that you wasn't there. That is something you will pay for later on in life. And I don't say that in terms of negative, like I'm threatening you. I'm just saying it hurts. Don't put that on somebody. So what am I saying? All of the painful, neglectful experiences, expectations you had in childhood, you still have. And you have to be aware of that. So that you can begin to focus on what it is you are looking for. And what it is you need. so you can communicate that to your wife.